Connie. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Had technical issues. There's Connie and Connie. Okay. Almost there. We're going to do some paper pumpkin alternatives tonight for simple stamping. All right, looks like people are finding me. I hope you all had a good day. It's pretty cold out there, huh? Hi, Sandy and Tammy and Ronnie. Okay, well, I guess we get started. This is the hostess code for the month of December. If you'd like to place an online order and your order is less than $150, please use this hostess code. And there's Anita. She's joining us. So tonight I'm talking about the paper pumpkin. This month is the, I can never remember the name of it, Jolly Gingerbread. And it comes with a complete stamp set. I got all kinds of stuff in here for those of you that haven't seen it. I have a couple of stamps that are on my block already for tonight's projects. So we're going to make a cute card, a treat box holder, and another pop-up type card. So let's get started. You only have a couple more days left if you want to make sure you get the December kit, which is a card kit. So let's start with the first card right here. Get all my stuff out. Right here. So I didn't use a lot of products for this. I like to showcase the stamp set if we can. We got a lot in this kit. We got enough to make 15 gift card holders. So we're going to start by scoring my card. Doesn't look like I already scored it. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score it at 5 1/2. Moving stuff all around here. I hope you all have gotten your paper pumpkin if you're a subscriber of mine. If you haven't, please let me know. We can reach out to Stampin' Up! Tomorrow. I know with the crazy mail and everything, it's so hard to keep track of everything. I'm looking for my foam mat. Where did I hide that? Well, I guess we'll have to do without it. It's not here. That's unusual. All right, so I've already put my block. I used this pretty, which was for the upper. I already put it on my block, and I'm just going to stamp around the card, as you can see here. So this is a polymer, so you don't have to tap too hard. Let it sit there for about 10 or 15 seconds and let the ink gravitate. The same with stamping. You just let it sit there for 10 or 15 seconds. My hands are a mess. It's winter and oh, I get such dry skin. It's terrible. I've tried every remedy on the market, I think. You see Donna's joined us and Anita's joined us and Patsy. Nice to see you ladies. Makes my heart happy. So let it just sit there and let the ink gravitate to the paper. I'm using Tone on Tone, which is Cinnamon Cider. I just love this color. I kind of say this every year that I like the ink colors, but I have to be honest and say that this year it's probably been really, truly my favorite. So I did have to take a couple additional supplies. I took a piece of cinnamon cider, and then I had this cut out from, remember when we did those little pizza boxes the other night? And then this is a 2 1/4, little over 2 1/4 inch square, which I used the layer in squares for. Grab a block here. And then I'm going to pick up some ink. And then I'm going to stamp it on my little square here. I'm going to let it sit there just for a minute. And then, oh, let me do it again. It looks like I missed a spot. I didn't put. Let me check it this time. All right, let's try again. Just let it hang out there for a few seconds. Let your fingers do the walking for those of us that are old enough and remember that commercial. While this is still damp, I grabbed my Rinc Stella. I think this is the one I added alcohol to. Let me check this one. All right. While this is still a little wet, I want to bring in some of that Dragon just to color my rooftop. Hopefully you can see the shimmer. Cute. You could take your blends and color it carefully, but I wanted to keep it simple. So let me grab my Tombow. Put some Tombow here. And position that. Let it set just for a minute. Make a bunny ear bow. I don't know if all of you are familiar with that, but that's what those that have been with me for a long time knows what it means. You just take 2 loops and tie them. Then you can hold on to the knot and adjust your loops accordingly. There we go. So we need some pop-ups or high heels, whatever you want to call them, on the back of this. You get everything you need in your kit. I'm going to center that. And then I'm going to put my little bow on with some glue dots. The glue dots that come in the kit would have worked, but I don't want to be pawing through everything to try to find them. And I put that right up here in the corner. Let me make those loops just a smidgen smaller. There we go. Grab my scissors. My ribbon scissors. And then, so that's the first project. And then the next project is this cute little milk carton box. And as you can see, I put to Nana's house because I haven't had my grandsons over since all of this started, and I miss them terrible. So, what did I do with my supplies? I thought I was so ready. Oh, right here. I got him. I even made a little grid sheet. Hopefully you can see it on camera. So my piece of whoops. I took one of our little houses and cut it off and cut the tab off so that I can have a front and a back. So I'm going to score this. I'm going to bring in my big scoreboard. That way I can do it all at once. So let's start off. So this is 9.5 inches by 6 3/4. So let me turn my handwriting around here. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch first, and then 2 3/4, and then 5, 7 1/4, and that's it. And then we turn it this way. We do another 1/2 inch. Then we do 2 inch, 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and then 4 1/2. So the trick to this is whatever your frame of your box is going to be, your bottom needs to be the same. Now, we need to make a couple of other score marks. Let me grab a pencil. I'm going to try to do this so that you can see it. I need to find the halfway point, which is 1 1/8. And then these two, I'm going to make a score mark that goes from these two. And then you skip the next one and you do the same thing over here. I'm going to put it in the corner just because it's easier. So 1 1/8. So I'm going to move this out of the way so maybe you can see it better. I'm going to bring up that scoring thing, the stylus. And you can see that mark that I made right here. And then down in this corner. So I want to score that. And then from that dot to this corner. And then over here again, from there to there. Now you can do this on your cutter too if you're proficient at it, but this is an easy way out. Okay, so let me put that back so I don't lose it. So now we're going to start doing some burnishing. So I'm going to fold all into and then this is the bottom, so I'm going to fold that up. I'm going to fold this back, and then this one this way. So when I assemble it, and then you want to fold on your little score marks that you made that triangle out of. Not all the way, just to the point. It'll make more sense when I assemble the box. We're making like a milk carton. And those of you that have been with me for a while, we've done many over the years. Okay, so that looks good to me. You grab some little scissors. The first thing I want to do is cut this right away. I don't need it at all. So it's a skinny piece on the bottom. And then I'm going to cut down each one of these. Then I like to take a wedge out, so I'm going to use my longer scissors. Doesn't have to be much. It can be just a whisker. It just makes your box fold a little bit better. I do it on both sides. Put that back. Bring the next one. Okay. Put this stuff away so it's not so distracting. All right, so now we're ready to assemble our box. So I'm going to put some heavy-duty tape on here. Right along, not on the seam, but about a 1/16 of an inch or so in. Can you see that's my fold? Alright, so I can peel that off. And then this will lay flat so you can line it up perfectly. Just like that. Then I always play around with my flaps to see how it fits better. See how this side is a little long? So that's why the wedging helps a little bit. So I want this to be the front of my house where the peak is. So I think I'm going to make that flap be the front one. There we go. I didn't get that exactly even, but I'm not going to take the time to fix it now. So now I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow. Get all these flaps in. I put the two side ones first. And where is my seam? Here. So this is my front. I try to put the seam towards the back. That's just me, my particular ways. There's no right or wrong. Alright, so now you can see that I have a little house, or milk carton as we call it. I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, punch a hole, a couple of holes actually. Make a mark, and then I have to go back in because I don't have very much strength in my hands to go through all of those layers. Thread this through. This way it doesn't destroy the box. I don't know about you, but I have a granddaughter who I just love. She saves everything I make, so she doesn't like it if she has to rip it to get into it. So this way she won't have to. I'm going to tie a cute bow on top. Alright, then I have my... I'm telling you, I would lose everything if my head wasn't up to my shoulders. Let's take one of these. I had stamped one. I guess not. Must have been in my sleep. Alright, it'll only take a quick second. And I didn't like, my personal, it came with a light pink and I didn't care for it. So I switched it out to magenta. I love magenta. So I'm going to stamp the top with this pretty stamp. Then grab the other one. Use the same block. How many of you do that? I do it all the time. And that's going to go right there. You set that down someplace. I'm going to put some dimensionals behind that. I know, somebody's probably saying, do you think you got enough dimensionals on there, Queen? Alright, so let's get these onto the front. I do have an extra one of these kits if anybody's interested in it. I'll be happy to sell it to you. Oops, I forgot to put the little house first. I just had that, for gosh sakes. I don't care how much I prepare. It's never... It's so easy to lose your stuff. Oh, here it is, under the box. Was anybody screaming that at me? Alright, so I'm going to put this right over the door. Then I'm going to put some Tombow behind it. And line it up right here on the bottom. Just let it sit there for a minute. Do the opposite side. Oh no, we're running out of Tombow. Another bottle to the rescue. Then we got these super cute little, they almost look like candy. I put on the sides to dress it up a little bit. Didn't want it so naked. But they look like candy. I love them. And an orange one. And then you get all of these parts in your kit. And I'm going to just take a little label that came in the kit. And write Nana's house. And I probably will have to make my grandsons, they love my mint brownies. Package them up and put them in their boxes. Do a porch drop-off. Alright. So there's that. Those two are done. Now for the advanced step-up card. Let me get my sheet out here. And the stamper is right here. I haven't made one of these in a long time, so it was fun to make it. So as you can see, it's flat here. You push this down, and the little house will pop up. I'm going to lay it so you can see it this way. And I put the back on the back. And then I used the inside of the envelopes here. For this one, though, I cut out some more paper because I didn't want to use so many envelopes because it takes two to do this one. Because I need them for my gift cards. So this is the template. And let me see if I can get this to stay in the picture a little bit. It'll be hard. We only have so much screen room. Let me see if I can put it a little far. I'll put it like that so maybe you can see some of it. Okay, so again, I gotta get my big scoreboard out. It's pretty easy to make. All right. So again, this is just like a regular card, 4 1/4 by 11. And I have a cheat sheet here. So 1 inch, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, then your 5 1/2, 7 1/4, 8 1/4, and 10. Now we have a little bit of cutting to do. Get this here. Grab my cutter. So the little piece that's going to go up the middle, which is this piece here, it's 2 1/2, if I remember right. 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. So that means I need to slit this so that that will fit in there. And you do it on the halfway mark of your card. So the first cut fold I would do is that one. So you can either eyeball it, or you can really get particular and measure it. I am going to eyeball it. So I'm going to put a pencil mark here, but I know I want a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm actually going to go a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch out. Now for those of you that are good, you can stick it on your cutter. I'll try to do it so you can see it. So this is about 3/4 of an inch I want to come in. So I'm going to make sure that that fold is right here on my cutting. And I'm not going to cut at the beginning. I'm going to go in 3/4 of an inch, which is about right there. This bar that goes across is where your blade is. 1. Okay. And then I want to end it about here. Now, because I have almost 4 layers, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to move this just a hair and cut again. I want a little bit of thickness taken out. Grab my scissors here. So you can see I made quite a little ridge. All right, so now we're going to start folding these so that we can form, I call it the box mechanism. So you can see what happens is your card is going to get in between these 2 pieces right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my box together. So again, you need some strong tape. And I'm going to put a couple of rows because this is going to get a lot of friction. On each end. And then so you want to start threading this up first. And it's going to get even, not quite to the bottom. Can you see I have a little bit right here? So let's take off our protective coating. I better burnish that well first. Up, up, up. So it's not on the edge, but it's pretty close. I want you to see that. And then I'm going to burnish the other end. When I saw this kit and I saw that, this came to my head immediately. Sort of like when we did Frosty, those of you that have been with Stampin' Up! For a number of years. We did Frosty. Alright, so there's that. So I'm going to test it out. I'm going to push this down and push this up. Now you might have to give some directions because, again, I have one of my... It should stand up. I don't know why it's not. It'll help when I get the other stuff. So then all I did is, you can fold it back like this too. Is I just put this on. So I'm going to use Tombow because I want to make sure it's covered. Whoop. And then I put my pre-stamped icing on. My Happy Holidays. I didn't use any pop-ups because of it. And then I'm going to flip it over, put the back side of the house on. With some Tombow. Yeah. See, that helps stopping it. So this one I just cut out some paper that I had on my table just to save time. Some Christmas paper. It's not as cute as a striped paper. Let me hold that there just for a minute. Those of you that don't know who Frosty was, this is always it's one of my favorites. This is Frosty. This stamp was in the system forever. We thought they'd never retire him, but they did. Just like Lovely as a Tree. I thought they would never. That was the first stamp set I ever bought. That's what got me hooked. 20 years later, still doing it. And if you had a little gingerbread cookie cutter, you probably could make some cookies that would fit in that milk box. Wouldn't that be sweet? Yeah, I see Patsy says she remembers Frosty too. So, the first time you put this down, you might have to give it a helping hand. I'm going to wait a little bit because it's all wet. But you would want to make sure that you slide it up over. It's damp. I hate playing with it. but you can mail it flat. There we go. So it'll fit in one of our regular envelopes. And people will love it. They will absolutely love it. So there's tonight's project for you peeps. I hope everybody enjoyed it. This is also the, whatever day, today's the 7th, right? Day 7 of the 12 days of projects. I hope you guys have been enjoying those. Tomorrow will be some really cute triangular boxes that some of you have made with me before. I think for Halloween we made a witch's hat. So there you have it. Really easy, cute. Doing something different with your paper pumpkin parts. If you would like one of these kits, I do have one left to sell. Just reach out to me. Okay, so thank you everybody. Have a great night. I'm so glad to see you. And I'll see you back here on Wednesday. We're going to make a cute project then too, using some beautiful paper. So take care, stay safe, and be kind. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.